C'est loué, c'est loué, c'est loué.
The ways of the Almighty are unfathomable. In fact, in His immeasurable wisdom, God can choose to reveal His secret in, let us say, unexpected ways. In this video, He reveals the third secret of Fatima through a French telepath. I believe everyone knows the saying that the ways of God are unfathomable. This assertion is confirmed in the Bible in chapter 33 of the book of Job in verse 14. God speaks, however, sometimes in one way, sometimes in another, and no one takes heed. Job 33:14. So it happens that the Almighty may, from time to time, disclose a great secret, through a channel so unexpected that He raises in the minds of many a certain doubt. To illustrate this, let us take the example of what happened at the birth of Christ 2,000 years ago. While in Israel, many prophets and kings would have liked to see and hear these things but have neither seen nor heard them. Luke chapter 10:24. It is to wise men from the East, considered as pagans, that the Most High revealed the coming to earth of His beloved Son. Matthew chapter 2:1-12. In this video, we will introduce you to a lady, a Frenchwoman. Her name is Rachel Fortune, and she introduces herself as a telepath, that is, a person with telepathy. The dictionary defines telepathy as follows: faculty of feeling at a distance, extrasensory. Correspondence of thought, of feelings between two distant people. So using the gift described above, Ms. Fortune decided to do an investigation on the person of Christ. Having entered extrasensory spheres, she was able to capture, in her own words, some truths ignored by the general public. We certainly won't say that everything revealed to her through this channel is true, far from it. However, remember one of my favorite sayings, even broken. A clock gives the correct time twice a day. So Ms. Fortune gives us two essential truths that can turn the world upside down when uncovered. They also confirm what I have been telling you from the beginning about the third secret of Fatima. A. Christ is black. B. Christ is African. C. Christ appeared at one point in a country in western southern Africa, southwest. D. This country is Angola. But let's give the floor to Ms. Fortune. For those who do not know me, I am Rachel Fortune. I practice esoteric regressive hypnosis. Jesus was born in a small village, and in relation to his skin color, was he alone to be black, or were there other black people like him in the village? He was the only one. And how were the others reacting? They knew that black people existed. This particularity confirms the fact that Mary was inseminated. Since Joseph was white and Mary had never known a man, this anomaly supports the fact that she was inseminated. In reality, she served as an incubator. Today we create bodies like that in artificial incubators. This was something no one could understand at the time, so Marie was the incubator. Why did Christ choose to incarnate in a black body? What motivated his choice? He did not choose. He accepted. He says that this difference should remind everyone of equality. How were blacks considered at that time precisely? They were known but not badly considered. They were not yet persecuted at that time, not at all. So they were mostly concentrated in South Africa at the time on the west coast. So growing up, did he have any particular gifts? He had many. Yes. But which ones? Jesus levitated a lot of things. He helped his father a lot. Sometimes when he was repairing roofs when he was about 10 he was lifting extremely heavy beams. He had a strength that was not since he had this ability to control his mind. His mind masters matter. Jesus mastered the matter. What else did he manage to do? He was considered a healer. Every person who felt bad, as soon as he touched him, her, she was immediately better. As God he could not be the product of procreation, it was impossible. Yes, he was also of a different color from that of his biological parents because he was black. Joseph was red with a big beard. He was a carpenter. He was a woodworker. He, Jesus, was like a gift from heaven to them. They ignored why he was found between the donkey and the cow in a stable. In any case, he had to remain hidden until he was almost 30 years old. His black color would perhaps have been very badly perceived in that part of the world. Did he have any abilities at the time? Yes, of what type? Since birth he had the power to move whatever he wanted. If he wanted an object he looked at it and the object came to him. He had a special gift with animals, he spoke to them. He connected with them. He could stroke any wild animal without ever being assaulted. He also had the gift of connecting with people. He knew the human body like the back of his hand much better than modern medicine today. So, we've arrived at the end of our investigation on Christ. I will provide additional information on the subject and answer some questions raised during the first part. So it was captured that the spring wrapped in the body of Jesus was laid in Africa. In Angola.
Il a été capté que la source enveloppée du corps de Jésus donc a été posée